Okay, we're at a gentleman's house who wants to start bees. He's been keeping bees for a while, but he's never been really successful. So he's got some questionable equipment, so we're going to replace that equipment and we're going to set him on the right path. We installed a couple nukes here a couple weeks ago. His equipment came in to replace it, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to replace the boxes that he has with other deeps. We're going to put new boxes on top, hopefully, and the bees are hopefully going to be doing good. This is actually the first hive inspection that we're going to do. Here's what I do. Okay, so I take a couple pieces of newspaper, okay, lightly crumple it up, okay, and stuff it down there. Okay, got another piece right here. Okay, so we can get this thing blazing. We'll throw in stuff too, but here's the pine shavings.
That's just what we have in the chicken coop.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to light this up. We just light this up, and it's going pretty good. Nope, that one didn't light. Where's it going?
It's going.
Usually just get it lit,
okay,
and get it going.
Okay.
This way. I just take the smoker and you give it some light puffs, and you see how the flame gets bigger?
Oh yeah.
Okay, flame's getting up there.
You put it in another newspaper already, okay?
Yep. We're gonna throw that in there. We're gonna keep it going.
Okay.
Okay. So it keeps going.
Yeah.
And we just kind of keep it lit, and we give it kind of light pumps. And it gets kind of hot. So we're gonna turn away.
Yeah.
Let me get this down here. So we let that kind of burn a little bit. Okay. But see, you don't want it so full that the air can't get through it. Now you see how it kind of blows stuff out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't do that. And then when it starts to get down, flames are good. Starts to burn up that paper. And you could probably get away with doing this with just one newspaper.
Mm.
But you want to do it easy, because if you pump it too hard, it'll come out. Okay?
Well,
Throw this in
you
here.
just fill up the whole thing with shavings.
Well, I just kind of dumped them in there so they're kind of loose.
Right.
But see how when I smoke it, when I pump it, nice smoke comes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we're going to simply keep doing this. We're going to pack this down in here.
I can see why the burlap didn't work very well. I didn't have
See
enough
that?
in there, and it didn't create enough smoke to really be helpful. Very helpful, that is.
Okay, so that's about full enough. Sorry for the mess.
Looks looking good.
Okay?
Yeah. You got it.
I'm sure you do.
Just required a little bit
I
there.
still want to have mine.
Uh-huh.
Yep, so you just crack a corner.
You got a corner crack.
Okay, you got your top, right? Let me see your top.
My
Let me
top.
see your top of your hive.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, so what we do with the top is we take and we put the top on the ground like this.
Okay.
Okay?
Then we put the feeder on.
Now, because there's going to be bees underneath.
Right.
Now, we could do that with a box. We can do whatever, and we can stack right here
Okay.
without putting things on the ground.
Okay.
Okay? So there should be bees under here, and there is. See?
Okay. Got it?
Just gave them a little shake.
Yep, yep.
I put it like that, and we're not crushing any bees.
Right.
All right, let me get this smoker.
They haven't finished eating all the good stuff, have they?
No, they haven't. Okay, now watch what happens to the top of these frames when I hit them with the smoke.
Okay. Go in.
Okay, yes, look. Just as I do it, a breeze has to come up.
Yeah,
of
but
course.
they went in.
Yeah. See how they go down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to smoke the heck out of them.
Just a little bit gives them the idea.
But what happens is they think there's a fire nearby.
Right?
So what they're doing is they're gorging themselves on honey that's in your hive right now.
Right now, okay.
Okay? So since this is all hooked together, right?
Yes, it's all hooked together.
We're just gonna take it.
We'll move it right there. I'm gonna put this one right here. And put this one on top. Okay.
So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove this. Okay. And we're gonna take a look in here. We're gonna pull this dude out.
You saw the queen in this one, but not the other one.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. So they seem to be doing okay. Nothing really miraculous here. Okay. We're gonna take and we're simply gonna do this here. Okay. Okay. We're gonna set that right there. Because those bees belong in this hive.
Right.
If we take out these frames like this, okay, there's a little brood there.
Yeah, I don't have much more activity, and that would have been empty a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
I don't see a queen anymore there.
No queen on here.
Yep.
So we're going to take and put this in here.
In the same spot?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Getting a little crazy here. My glove is stuck. There we go. Take your gloves off. Crazy.
a lot of people seem to have their gloves off. How come they don't get stung? But they still always have a veil on.
It just depends on how you do things. Same way in there. She could be on the other side. Oh, look at that.
Is that a queen cell they're going to build?
Yep.
And they don't think she's doing so hot? Or they do that?
Well, you see the brood pattern?
Yeah, it isn't consistent.
But there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's not very good. I mean, but we may not have gotten to the new brood yet anyway. So, we'll find out here in just a minute. Put this in. Put this down. She should be around here laying somewhere. Okay, now, these are going to get a little uppity because we're doing all this movement.
Alright, so we need to
So
give
what
them a
we're
little
going to
bit
do is we're going to just give them a little smoke here. Okay, just to kind of calm them down a little bit, keep them guessing.
We don't see it in the inner boards.
But you don't have any brood.
Oh. I see what you're saying. The brood we have kind of spotty and there's no big layers except that after 2 weeks showing that she's been laying. Every
Right.
day, thousands.
What you have is the brood. It's the brood that you had when you put these in. And it's all hatching out. Okay, see the pollen in there?
Yep, I see it
And
now.
see the nectar, all the shiny stuff?
Yep.
Okay, when they make honey out of that, that's when it gets sealed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see your queen. Excellent. Okay.
Now we start with this first one.
Yep. You want to take it out so you got some room to move the other frames. Usually the end frames won't contain the queen. Okay.
See I'd hold it up with the sun at my back so I can see what they got inside there. They got some glistening and they got some pollen.
Okay, so now
Let's
hold
see.
the frame diagonally across the box
Okay.
and give it a little shake to dislodge the bees.
This
Yeah,
group
there
right
you
here.
go.
And that,
Excellent.
and set this one.
Set that one down.
I got this nice holder right here.
Yep, put it on the holder.
This frame fits right there.
Wow, that's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Where'd you ever get that?
I don't know, some wise beekeeper once gave me a tip. I think I saw it at his residence and then went and bought this lumber that very day and built one. However, I should have bought straight lumber, not crooked lumber.
Actually, you know what? We can go ahead and put this in here. Just remember, we're stacking from one end to the other.
Okay, so if I look on here, I see yellow and the glistening. I don't see any little white bodies. I don't see a queen. But there's pollen on that bee big time. Okay. So, lots of good yellow on that.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
What's that?
Well, that should be honey sealed, or is that brood?
That is brood sealed. See how it looks quilted?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That is
good
brood
brood
sealed.
and then a nice pattern too.
Right, let's take a look what's going on up here. Let's give them a little blow. Now, see those?
Yeah,
Little popcorn
yeah,
things?
yeah.
That is drone brood.
Drones.
Okay. So you have sealed brood and you have drone brood. Okay, what do we got over here?
More sealed brood, very nice.
Oh yeah, that's
Pretty
a
solid.
super frame. That's going to be about 10,000 bees when that hatches. Now see this up here?
Yeah,
That is honey.
yeah,
That
they
is
stored.
sealed honey. See the difference?
Yeah, yeah. So they can see the middle is a brood and that's sealed honey.
Mm-hmm. It's an excellent frame.
We didn't have one of those. In the corners, brood in the middle, solid.
Nice.
With pollen on the legs. See the pollen there and the yellow right there on their legs on that one in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Another nice brood.
This is the box we didn't see the queen in initially, right? Sweet. We got a super queen.
We're so busy, we couldn't find it.
See how it's white?
Yeah.
That's larva.
Okay.
See how it looks like white creamy
Yeah, it does,
things?
it does.
Now see the pollen next to it? It's
Yes,
all
I do.
yellow.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And then the covered sealed brood chamber.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Now, right up here, you can see some red pollen.
Yes, I do.
See red pollen right there?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you get some larvae at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. We'll keep an eye on this one. No, an egg is a real small, tiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the larva hatches, so, okay, so that one's got the right.
Okay, brood pattern going. These are empty, it appears, with some honey being formed in the corner, but looks like they're active right there. I don't see the queen in that bunch.
Well, what I'm looking for is larvae, which I have right here. I have some larvae there. So what I'm looking for is some young eggs, looking for some eggs or some young larvae. And I have some older larvae here. So let's check this side. This other hive isn't doing well. And this is the one we're going to put in. Okay? So what I want you to do,
Okay.
is you see that frame with the writing on it, the center of that?
Where's the center right here? Or over
Nope.
here?
This center one right here.
Yes, I do.
See that one?
Yeah, I do.
Take that off,
Okay.
pull out that last frame, move these over, pull this out.
Okay.
See that? Now we just move this out. Okay, pull that frame out.
This one got a couple queen things on it though.
I don't know. Okay, now shake that frame with the bees so all the bees are on top of the frames there. Yep, shake them out. Okay. Now there is the queen on there?
Is there a queen on there?
Yeah, is there?
I
don't think so. Turn over.
don't see a queen on here anywhere.
Okay, there's a queen cell being developed, but that's all right. Okay, go ahead and put that one in here.
Okay.
Okay.
So the GPS is working. We just move them off so they go to the right GPS. Not care about the frame, in other words. The frame's not marked as special. More smoke.
Now we're going to take this one, this young larva,
Right.
we're going to put in here.
Right.
That way, if there's no developing larva in this hive, there is now.
There is now.
That's why you always have two hives, so you can rob from one to help the other.
The other one.
So with the young larva, they're going to hopefully raise a new queen. Got
But
plenty
there's
of
no-
bees in there.
But there's no queen cell in that young larva. Oh,
They'll
but it's
make one.
fertilized. They'll make one. They'll make one, and it's already been fertilized.
Yes.
Got it.
So you have the young larva in
Got
there
it.
and the eggs,
Got it. Got it.
and you put in there. Okay. Now what's going to happen is we put that second, we put a honey super on it instead of a
Right.
brood box.
Right.
Because in a couple of weeks, your flow is going to be on. They're going to start bringing in honey. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all the bees out of the upper box. We're going to shake them back down in the bottom box.
Okay.
We're going to put a queen excluder on.
On that.
Okay, so the queen can't get up in the top,
Right.
but the nurse bees and everything will get back up to the brood.
Right.
We'll also put a second honey super on.
Okay.
So as those bees hatch out, they're going to be nurse bees and stuff,
Right.
but they'll backfill them with honey.
Good.
So now you have, all of a sudden you'll have two honey supers on.
Okay.
Okay? And hopefully they'll raise a queen in the other one, and at the end of the month, we'll put a honey super on it.
Okay.
So we'll just put a queen excluder on, a honey super, and
Go from
continue on.
Okay, you want the two main things I learned today? Notice my smoker's still smoking. When I was using burlap before, first of all, it probably got too hot and it flared out and would have never lasted this long. And I would have never packed it this full. So watching with the 1 or 2 wads of newspaper and then the loose wood and then packed wood shavings makes a big difference in the smoking abilities I have. Second thing was by looking at the frames, now knowing a little bit more because of last week and this week, looking at the frames to see what's actually happening, I can see the one hive is thriving, and I can see the difference between the hive 1 and hive 2. So it's good to have 2 hives, so we don't think that the one that's not doing so well is just normal, because we put them in at the same point in time 2 weeks ago. Now see what's happened in 2 weeks. Appreciate all the good advice and wisdom.
Okay, so you saw the gentleman in his hives, and one's not doing as well as the other, but you know the purpose of having 2 hives is so that you can take from one to help the other if necessary. If not, if he just had the one hive and they didn't have a queen and they don't have any young larvae to raise a queen, then that hive's going to die out unless he can get another queen. Chances of him getting another queen might be pretty good right now, but he's got his own stock, so we'll go ahead and raise another queen. So hope you found this informative, find this interesting, and we'll see you in the apiary.